realities of the death penalty and the people that are involved there, because I think for a lot of folks, it's a thought stopper.
Thank you for saying that. And, you know, one thing that's sort of surreal about this whole situation, in most cases like this, by the time a case gets to the Supreme Court, a lot of these issues become abstractions, you know. It's very rare that we know the story behind the people who appear in these court and case names, you know. And in Barry Jones's case, I never would have predicted that this would have ended up making it all the way to the Supreme Court. But it shows the difference that this kind of storytelling can make when you can say, this is a human being. And here are the people in his life who knew him and who remember this and who couldn't brought forward evidence and continue to speak out about the problems in this case. So I've been fortunate to be in a position to sort of correct parts of the record. Unfortunately, in terms of the Supreme Court and the federal court, that road has really come to an end for Barry Jones for the moment.
Well, let me just ask you finally, I've seen a few things go to Congress. What do you see as ways forward here, along with continued reporting, such as you're doing?
That's sort of what I'm figuring out now. You know, in terms of Congress, well, I don't have a whole lot of hope, but I will say that this has sparked yet another round of discussion about this horrible 1990s era law called the Anti-Terrorism and Effective Death Penalty Act, which was essentially weaponized in this case to deny relief, as it's been denied to many, many people on death row. This law is insidious, it's destructive, it really should be repealed. That's something that is sort of an evergreen subject among people who know this issue. And more, you know, in terms of Barry Jones's case, my next steps are eventually to sort of see what remaining avenues there are for him to bring possibly an actual innocence claim in state court. Because otherwise, you know, we're talking at a time when Arizona has restarted executions after 8 years. And there's a very real danger that Barry Jones could, in the not too distant future, end up with an execution date. So I think publicizing this case, especially at the local level in Pima County, is going to be very important. And finally, there's a conviction and sentencing integrity unit in Pima County that, at least in theory, should be looking at this case. And up until now, they haven't. I'm really hoping to see if that's a possibility going forward, because they really should be looking at it.
Well, thank you very much. We've been speaking with Liliana Segura. Find her work at theintercept.com on this case and many other issues. Liliana Segura, thank you so much for joining us this week on Counterspin.
Thanks so much again.
And that's it for Counterspin for this week. Counterspin is brought to you each week by the Media Watch Group FAIR, based in New York. For more information about FAIR, you can check out our website, fair.org. That's also the place to find previous shows and transcripts of Counterspin. It's also the place to show support for the show if you are so inclined. Counterspin is engineered by Alex Noyes. I'm Janine